So, Baker, what do you admire most about Nick Chubb?
I think it's hard to pinpoint one specific thing about him. I kind of saw some of the stuff Freddie said, but he's just the all-around guy who he is. He puts his head down and goes to work. You really gotta talk to him and dig to get information out and get a couple words out. But he's a great guy overall. But he really just cares about winning, and he's a great teammate.
Now that we're a quarter of the way through the season, what kind of gravity does Odell have when it comes to looking at opposing defenses?
You know what? The stuff that he can do to affect the defense, I think we didn't expect it until we really saw it. And so now we really know how we need to game plan, how we need to formate things, and try and get him the ball and get him involved. So it's been a learning process, but it's definitely something that was eye-opening for me.
Just his presence, how much does that open up things for guys like Jarvis, the running game, and Nick
Chubb? It's unbelievable what he could do. The vertical stretch he can do, and then just the body presence on the backside of drawing two defenders, and then knowing that we have to take our shots with him when he's one-on-one.
It's hard for him, but when you see him being double teamed, is that kind of, it's like, okay, great?
It's yes and no. Yeah, we want to get him involved because we know exactly what he can do and help us out in certain ways. But that opens up opportunities for everybody else, and that's what I've told some of these guys is you should be licking your chops at the opportunity to have one-on-ones.
Baker, I don't know what the numbers were, but it seemed like you were under center a little bit more. What does that do for you in the offense?
Anytime you have an offensive line that's playing like that and the run game gets going, it helps you out. It's just when you do that, it opens up the play-action game, and then also it keeps the defense on their heels when we're staying ahead of the chains like that and getting explosive runs. It helps us out tremendously.
Freddie said earlier this week that he thinks that San Francisco's front is going to be the most difficult one you've seen to date. When you look at them on film, what stands out about them that makes them so good?
You just look at the guys they have up front. You can look at them, and there's five out of 6 first-rounders, former first-rounders, and then, they let them play. They're similar in the Rams to where they don't have to pressure as much just because they're trusting those guys to get home, just because of how talented they are. And that's the thing about it. It allows the rest of their defense to play free. And so that's just looking at their front. Overall, they're very good.
Baker, what was it like to have Callaway back out there today? What are you looking forward to him bringing?
It's great to have him back out there today. You know what? He's a speed guy, somebody that I built a great rapport with him last year, and he looks great right now. He's running around fast.
Rick, do you sense like a hunger from him missing the first quarter of the season?
Yeah, you can tell he's been itching to get back out there. There's no doubt about that. So it was good to have him out there for the first day, getting live reps with everybody else.
Ricky Seals-Jones is kind of a revelation to the rest of us. Do you have like immediate trust in him now as an outfield receiver?
Yeah, no, we've seen things in him. He hadn't been here very long, but just in practice and stuff to where it was building trust, to where we will call those things in the game. And so, obviously, it's just going to continue to grow. And the more reps he gets, I think that's just how much better he's going to get as well.
And when you talk about Njoku in the past, it's always been his phenomenal athleticism.
Yeah.
Is there much of a drop-off with this guy?
They're different in the sense of, Ricky's been a receiver in the past. I think route running wise is something that he's a little bit more natural in, and David's more natural in just ability. But they're to each their own, but they both create somewhat of the same mismatch problem.
Freddie said that Odell was getting held down the field a bunch Sunday. Did you notice that during the game, and did you tell Odell getting frustrated at all that he wasn't getting as many of those calls and making sure?
I think we sent in some of those plays to be reviewed. That's the frustrating part, but that's what teams are going to do to him. Try and take him out of the game, frustrate him. But you know what? If people were worried about that, they're worried about the wrong things. That's why guys like Jarvis and Chubb had a great day. So they can focus on what they want. That's why I've continued to say it's a mismatch game and a matchup game for us. We need to pick our poison.
He's not getting the ball early. Do you talk to him again? We're still going to come to you and see fine about that?
Yeah, no, we definitely try and get him involved with whatever we have, but he understands that there's certain looks and some things that a defense does that there's no way that he can get the ball. So that's the frustrating part for him is, it's on us to formate stuff and get him the ball and get him involved.
And as a quarterback, how do you balance? You have this otherworldly talent out there in Odell versus I got Ricky Seals-Jones or somebody wide open. I need to take what the defense is giving me.
You know what? I think if I would have done what I did against the Ravens previously in those weeks, it would have been a different story. So now I think teams are going to have to play us a little bit different, just based on the fact that we have, a guy out there that we're throwing the ball when it's a tight end split out, and just we're able to formate things different, like I keep saying. But we're going to see what happens. He's one of the most naturally talented guys I've ever been around. If not the most naturally talented guy. It's just for him to squeeze through those two guys and then launch it, an accurate ball at that. I know he wanted to have that completed.
The first couple of 3 games were kind of rocky. Has the ship been righted, do you think, with that win? You're right where you want to be?
In the sense of, I think offensively we kind of found our identity. But we're definitely not, satisfied. I wouldn't say that we're right where we want to be. We have to continue to get better, and that's, I think, the best part about this team is it continues to focus on the next opportunity to get better.
You mentioned you think you found your identity in that last game. Do you think now, though, it'll be easier for you to carry that? Not easy, but you'll be able to kind of carry that forward now and maintain that identity?
Absolutely. I think we've set the standard in how we have success, and obviously starting up front, that's what, you talk about football, it starts up front with the offensive line and getting the run game going. That allows the receivers to have open lanes and the play action and stuff like that. And anytime you can give Nick Chubb the ball like that, he's going to make a lot of plays. But, we've set the standard on what we need to do and on how I need to play. Obviously, Jarvis had an incredible game. It would hurt us to not have a guy in there. He makes great plays in the pass game, but his communication about getting people lined up, getting people to see the same things. When he's just out there, and especially in the run game, he didn't get a lot of credit for his run blocking ability, but he's a guy that sticks his nose in there day in and day out and helps us out. So it would hurt, but we're expecting the next guy up to come back, and so. We'll see.
Kind of related to solidifying the identity, you talked about just how important is it to stack wins, you said it's back and forth.
It's huge to stack wins in a row, especially 2 road wins in a row. I think for us to carry that into a short week, coming back at home would be huge. So we're just taking it 1 week at a time, though. And so, building on the momentum, like I said, we set the standard, and we need to continue to improve.
Is there something about the mentality or character of this team that's helped you guys on the road?
We're all in it together. I think we realized that when we traveled to Indy to practice against the Colts in camp, how close this team was with each other, and what we'll do for each other.
Did you see that once you made the pitch to Nick on Sunday? Did you see the same daylight there? Did you feel like that was going to be a touchdown?
I did. As soon as I saw him get through the hole, a different angle for me, but it reminded me of the run against Atlanta last year, just how open it is. And like I said after the game, people underestimate his speed, so he was taking that one all the way.
I think they had you clocked at 19 is about the top of the spectrum for you.
No, I got to open up the legs a little bit more. I got more in the tank.
So can you describe what is the identity of the offense now?
Playing well.
Based off of Chubb and blocking, or is it
Everybody doing their job. I think everybody did their job, and that's needs to be our identity. To have success, I've said it, everybody has to do their 1/11th, and so going out there and being focused.
You see Freddie down a couple of those trick plays that seem to have been missing the first 3 games. Did that feel like he was kind of getting more back to him and more back to last year?
I think it comes back to, like I said after the Rams game, is we did our job. And anytime you put a play caller in a position where he doesn't have confidence in plays, it's not very fun for him. So everybody did their job, and that's why some of those plays worked.
How much fun do you have when you're running on the field like that, and what's going through your mind?
Obviously, it's a lot of fun when you're scoring, but sometimes I regret running all the way. It's a little bit out of breath, but it's my conditioning.
What did you make of the Ravens creating a video to show that Humphrey definitely did not show
I didn't even know they did that. I thought otherwise, but all right.
Hey, Baker, you saw the schedule coming in. You knew the schedule going into the season, but just how challenging has this first part been where you're playing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, then you're playing a Monday nighter, you come back, you got to play a Sunday nighter, and it's been kind of a little bit of a roller coaster. Now you got to go all the way west to play another Monday night. How challenging has that been?
It's been a little bit difficult to get into a routine, but I think the staff has done a good job of, when we have extra week or extra day on the week or a shorter week, they're doing a good job of keeping us somewhat in a routine of, if we have to take the pads off and do a slower tempo and get more mental work, they're doing a great job of that. And so, after we get past this Monday, I feel like it's going to be smooth sailing, besides that Thursday game. But, we're 1 week at a time focused, and so that's why we're having success.
When the O-line plays like it did, especially pass protection-wise the other day, does that just make it easier for you to trust them?
Absolutely. You know what? When they're blocking like that and I can get comfortable in the pocket and I'm doing my job, it makes my life easier.